Linda says, what is my biggest challenge at the moment? Why, when men are all on 100% and then turn around and ghost? It's frustrating as hell. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, Linda, where a lot of times what happens is that men will, they like have this idealization of who you are, and it's in their mind, and they're like, all gung-ho, right? And you'll hear them say all kinds of crazy things like they're in love with you, they'll like love bomb you, or they will like they'll like talk about traveling with you all around the world, or they'll start having these future projections, right? Talking about the future together, and we're going to be traveling the world, and we're going to be loving each other, and it's just so amazing. And then like reality starts hitting them, and they sober up, and they start realizing what's going on, and then they kind of disappear. And it's a thing that happens for sure. Right? And it happens on both sides, but it definitely happens with men a lot. And that's why you have to slow them down and just chill out with them, and, you know, start questioning things and make sure that they're connecting, because it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because it's like this biological drive that they have to like go after something, and it triggers that, right? And what you have to make sure that you're doing is that you are breaking that and creating real connections through that, and showing your vulnerabilities and getting him to open up and building real connections through that. And that won't necessarily guarantee that he doesn't ghost, because sometimes he might have a lot of times what happens is guys get dumb, right? They just get real dumb because they see a girl and they really like her, and they're like, you know, and they come after her and they're like, I'm so amazing, right? And they're thinking about having kids together and all this kind of stuff. But then what ends up happening is all their stuff, right? Men have insecurities, men have issues, men have problems as well. All their stuff starts coming up as well. And then they get to a point where they're like, am I really enough? Or they set these precedents, right? Especially when they're in those where they'll like, you know, take you out to dinner and do all these things that are way above something that they can actually afford, right? And they start to realize that they've set a precedent, right? They've set a frame around your interactions that says that they're going to be spending lots of money and doing all these things and putting in all this effort and doing all these stuff, right? And then they're like, I am not that person, and I'm not able to do that, and it's not possible for me. And she, you know, I'm just going to end up disappointing her. And so they disappoint you immediately by ghosting and disappearing. And that definitely sucks. And one of the things that you can make sure that you are doing if you want to make sure that you get into a great relationship